Mr. Williams, you have been charged with the second-degree felony offense of indecency with a child by sexual contact. This is a warrant case, meaning a judge has reviewed the facts involved in the case and determined that probable cause exists for your case to go forward. So, probable cause exists for your case to go forward. It's going to be assigned to the 338th District Court with Judge Ramona Franklin. When you get there, will you need a court-appointed attorney? Would you like Mr. Haggard to help you with your bail hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm also going to ask you, has anybody explained the facts of the warrant to you?
Yes.
So if it's okay with you at this time, we'll waive reading of the warrant in open court. Thank you, sir. For the purposes of the record, for the attorney's purposes, I have a warrant before me. I'm familiar with the contents of the warrant. Give me one moment to enter information, and we will hear bail arguments, please. I haven't had a chance to look at the control packet. Okay, Ms. Kennedy, state's position on bond, please.
Your Honor, the state is requesting a $50,000 bond against a pretrial release based on the facts in this case and for the MOA issued as requested by the complainant.
That was 5-0.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Haggard.
Judge, we're asking for a $10,000 personal bond based on the felony bond schedule. Mr. Williams is 46 years old. He's been here in Houston since 2012. He has 2 kids here in Houston, along with his wife, who he lives with. He does have transportation to court, Judge. And I would also like to point out, Mr. Williams did turn himself in once he learned about the warrant out for his arrest.
Thank you, Mr. Haggard.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Williams, I'm going to set the bail in your case at $100,000 based upon the facts and circumstances involved in the case. I have concerns about community safety that I'm unable to address. There are multiple victims involved. This is a position of trust. There's only one protective order I'm going to be able to put in place. And that doesn't cover every possibility. So I do have concerns about community safety. I think that Judge Franklin's going to be in a better position to determine if you're a good candidate for a lower bond or a personal bond at this time, based upon the facts and circumstances before me. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to be entering a protective order in this case. I'm going to grant the state's request for that. And before we bring everybody else in, I'm going to admonish you that in your protective order, the protected individual is going to be known by her initials, HB. The name of the complainant in this charge is Heaven Brooks. You're being admonished to that orally because she's a minor, so her name is not going to be on public records. And the protective order is a public record. So when I talk to you about the protective order, when I say HB, that's who I'm talking about. The reason we have you in here alone is for not just your protection, but the protection of my officers outside. Because if somebody decides to attack you based on allegations only, they and you are both in danger. So for the same reason, I'm giving you this admonishment here without doing it before the other defendants. we're going to bring the other defendants back in right now and talk about the protective orders right now, and then we'll move you to the next step of the process. Thank you, Deb. Deb, you got all 5 of the protective orders? Williams, Cuyuch, Aja, Avila, Ortega, and Padilla, Medina Padilla. Please and thank you. Your protected person is HB. Your protected location is a confidential location. Meaning, if you don't know where she lives, don't go looking for it. If you do know where she lives, do not go there. This confidential address is protected and criminally enforceable, even though there's not a specific address listed, because the order indicates any address at which the protected individual may reside. Mr. Ortega, your protected person is Carmen Gonzalez. Your protected location is, you may not communicate with your protected individual or any member of their household or family, except through an attorney or a person appointed by the court. Mr. Cuyuc Aja?
For Aja.
For Aja.
Okay. Por la usted se le limita que no se comunique absolutamente para nada con la persona protegida en su caso, al menos que la corte designe un abogado o una persona que van a usar para esa.
You may not have someone else threaten your protected person for you. And again, that's from their point of view, not yours. You may not possess a firearm unless you are a licensed peace officer employed full-time by a government agency. And if you have a concealed handgun license, that will be suspended while this order is in place, Mr. Williams. You may not go within 200 feet of your protected place or any address where your protected person may reside, even if that address is not listed in this order, because this order protects any address at which the protected individual may reside. So, for example, if your protected person moves, that new address is a protected location as well. You may not go also within 200 feet of any address where your protected person works or goes to school, if they work or go to school. Your orders will be in place, Mr. Cuyugaja, for the next 61 days. Ms. Medina Padilla for the next 91 days. Mr. Raymond Williams for the next 61 days. Mr. Ortega for the next 61 days. And Mr. Avila for the next 91 days. While your orders are in place, every condition of this order is a condition of your bond. If you violate a condition of this order, you're violating your bond conditions in this case. And the judge here can hold you at no bond. Thank you. Mr. Williams, do you have any questions about the instructions I've just explained to you? No? Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Ortega, any questions about the instructions I've just explained to you?
Yes, ma'am.
What are they?
I work from home. My garage is my mechanic shop.
50,000?
50,000, yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Was everybody else present? So we are done? We're done. Thank you, Ms. Kennedy. I appreciate your help. Have a great morning.
All right, you
Judge
too.
Vick will be in soon, hopefully.
Okay, bye.
Mr. Taylor.